Welcome to another Java tutorial. We're still on chapter 3. Let's look at the last output that we had. It says initial course name is null. And it's bad design to have an object be instantiated in a bad state. Null is certainly one of those states. So we're going to look at improving this program. So we'll need to create a new class. And this is figure 310. Okay, figure 310 again is class gradebook, and this is on page 85. So what we've added is we've added a constructor. So when we're instantiating the gradebook, we pass it a valid course name. We still leave set course name as a method in case we want to change the course name at a future time. Okay, let's create our test class. That's figure 311. Okay, now we're abandoning the input and we're hard coding the course names. So let's run this. Okay, so when we're instantiating, we instantiate with the actual course name for both of them. We're creating two different gradebooks. So one will say CS101 and the other one will say CS102. And this is printing out a message that is slightly different than display message, but let's call that as well. Gradebook 1.displayMessage. And the nice feature of Eclipse is that it will auto-complete your methods. And because it auto-completes your message, there's no need to create short method names that are cryptic. You don't want to call this DM to save yourself typing time. It auto-completes for you, so type out a full, meaningful method name. So now if I run this again, it says, welcome to the gradebook for CS101. So we have two separate instances of gradebook, one for CS101 and one for CS102. So it keeps the course name separate for each instantiation. And this is important when you're creating programs that have a lot of repetitive instantiations. For instance, if you had a class of students, you would need to keep the name separate for each student. You wouldn't want to have one variable to try to hold all the names of all the different students. And to make this more efficient, you could also have public, because you're repeating it, you could have display course name. And then we would just copy this line. And paste it in here. Of course, we wouldn't be able to differentiate gradebook 1 or 2 at this point, but you could pass a parameter. We could just say string ident. So string is an identifier. And then we could put %s here and put ident in here. So instead of calling that, I'm just going to comment it out. It's always good to comment out code. You're dealing with computer systems that have lots and lots of memory. There's no need to delete things. Okay, so it's going to print gradebook, and I'm just going to append a 1 to it. And I'm going to cut and paste here. You should be aware that cutting and pasting is very dangerous because you might not update everything, but in this case, it's not too difficult. So we can run it again. Okay, so now it says Gradebook 1, course name is, and it displays that properly. Gradebook 2, course name is, and it displays that one properly. And then again, we just do Gradebook 1 display message. Okay, notice that this is a repetitive function, so it's good to use that as a method. And that completes this lesson.